Good morning and welcome to the session Law Entrance Exams after class 12th. I'm sure आप सभी अच्छे होंगे और you are taking all the precautions. We all know COVID-19 is still there. And to the students who I'm addressing today, my humble request to all of you is to take all the precautions as most of you would be writing the board exams soon. So you should not be taking any unnecessary risks. So chalo, let's start with this session, and today we'll be talking about all the major law entrances which you can write immediately after class 12. So we all know that one can study law after class 12 as well as after graduation. But today, youngsters who are very much clear about their career aspirations, about their career goals, and who know that I have to pursue law, this is something which I'm looking forward to, they will definitely write it immediately. They will definitely go for the legal studies after completing their class 12. And thus, it becomes really important to understand which are the entrances I should be writing so that I get access to the best of the law schools in the country. So while there are many law schools, while there are hundreds and thousands of law schools in the country which are imparting the 5-year legal curriculum, but one has to be really careful while selecting the colleges, selecting the universities, because it does have a long-term impact. So which are the colleges which are the good ones? So when we will be covering about the law entrances, when I'll be talking about each of the law entrance examinations, the important ones, which you should be definitely writing or targeting after class 12, I'll be also talking about the colleges which are part of the exams for which these exams are being conducted, and the other colleges which also accept the scores of these exams. So while there are certain exams which are intended for a particular college, but there are other private law schools as well which accept the score of such exams. So we'll be talking about all those, and we'll also understand the timelines as to when these exams will happen or when they do generally happen actually. So this will help you plan better as far as your study part is concerned. So chalo, start karte hain session. We go ahead and talk about the law entrances. I'll keep giving you lot of information, lot of snippets, some interesting facts about the exams. So I hope the session is going to be interesting and it adds value to your preparation. So let's go ahead and get started right away. So no doubt, we all know there are multiple examinations which one can target, and there are students who even look forward to some local colleges because of certain reasons they don't want to go to any other place outside of their city of residence or the place of residence. But yeah, considering all the aspects, these are the most important of the law entrances after class 12. So these are the ones you should definitely be targeting, and you should definitely be writing these exams, because these exams will give you access to the best of the law colleges in the country. So whether you talk about the national law universities, whether you talk about the private law colleges or government law colleges, which are good, so these are the some of the exams which you should definitely be targeting. इनको तो लिखना ही लिखना है. You can definitely make a call as to which of these, how many of these I'm going to appear for. Maybe you can take a call that this is a particular place I don't want to go, or for some reason I'm not going to fill that particular application. But that's an individual call. But these are the most important of the examinations. इसके अलावा भी हैं which I'll be talking about at the end of the session. So let's go ahead and discuss each of the examinations one by one, and we'll understand the structure, how the students are selected, which are the colleges which accept the score of these exams. So no doubt the first college to talk about, first exam to talk about would be CLAT, because it's the biggest one. We all know it gives you access to multiple universities and colleges across the country. So CLAT, if you know, it started in the year 2008. उसके पहले क्या होता था? The universities, the national universities which were existing before 2008, they were conducting the CLAT examination on rotation. उसके पहले जाएंगे, उसके पहले जाएंगे तो universities अपना exam conduct करती थी. Then the CLAT came up in 2008, and after that, these universities, the national universities, were conducting the exam on rotation. वो एक यूनिवर्सिटी इस साल कंडक्ट करेगी, नेक्स्ट यूनिवर्सिटी विल कंडक्ट द एग्जाम नेक्स्ट ईयर. So similarly, basis the order of establishment, these universities were doing the examination, the CLAT paper basically. But now they have formed a consortium where all these 22 national law universities, which are part of the CLAT paper, they have formed a consortium among themselves, and consortium is now the final authority which takes all the call how the structure of paper will be, when it is going to be conducted, and every other matter related to the examination. So overall, CLAT will give you access to 22 national law universities. So this is primarily meant for national law universities, but then there are other colleges which also accept the CLAT scores for admission. And there are some good colleges which we'll be talking about soon. Approximately 2,600 seats are available for the UG program, which is BA LLB honors. In some cases, it may be even BCom LLB or BSW LLB. For example, if you talk about GNLU. Consortium has changed the format from 2020. So if you have not seen the format by any chance, if you are just about to start your preparation, if you're just thinking about law as a career, then I must say that you go and visit the CLAT website or the lawentrance.com website, and you'll get a lot of information about what the new format of the paper is. So the new format, basically, which was adopted in the year 2020, focuses more on comprehension and critical thinking abilities of the candidates, which is a welcome step, I would say. And roughly around 53,000 students wrote the CLAT 2020 paper. Now, this was a drop of roughly around 3,000 from the previous year, but we do understand 2020 was a different year. We were going through the pandemic. We are still not out of it completely, but yeah, so this year and onwards might witness definitely the number of applications going up, but this was the scenario in the year 2020. So in year 2019, 56,000 students wrote the examination. So, and it generally grows by 10% every year. So har saal 10% we grow karega. So this year we can expect somewhere around 60,000 plus students writing the examination. Next year accordingly maybe 65, 66,000 students writing the examination. So that's a story about CLAT. And if you look at the structure of the paper, this is the structure. So what consortium mentions is a range. So the 5 sections will have questions which will vary among this range actually. So we'll have a section on reading comprehension where the questions could be anywhere between 28 to 32. But if you look at the actual CLAT 2020 paper, so there were 30 questions in this section. There were 36 questions in the current affairs section. Similarly, legal reasoning, which is one of the most important sections because it is also the section which is used for the tiebreaker among the candidates. So we all know with 56,000 students writing the examination, the paper being about 150 marks. So there is a lot of crowding happening at each score. There are a lot of ties happening at each of these scores. So they have a proper tiebreaker system in place, which talks about the person scoring the highest in the legal reasoning section, followed by the age, followed by a lottery basically. And the same system has now been adopted by National Law University Delhi for the IELTS examination from the academic year 2021. So that's how the CLAT structure is now. So we have 150 questions to be done in 120 minutes, but the entire paper would be passage based, which means you are looking at something which will seem more like a reading comprehension paper. So what is required? First thing is to work on your reading abilities. That is very, very important along with your reading speeds if you want to crack this examination. Not only you get access to the top national law universities, including Bangalore, Hyderabad, Kolkata, Jodhpur, Bhopal, Gandhinagar, and the other national law universities, you also get access to some of the other private law colleges like Institute of Law at Nirma University, Ahmedabad. Then we have Guru Gobind Singh IP University of Delhi, which is a state university of Delhi, accepting CLAT scores for the last 2 years, so that they have done away with their own examination. Ab IP University apna exam conduct nahi karta hai. Rather, they accept the scores of CLAT paper basically. So if you wish to apply to IP University Delhi, you will be required to write CLAT paper as well. So even if your target is not CLAT, but you'll still be writing CLAT if you seeking admission in IP University Delhi. Then UPS Dehradun, their School of Law also accepts CLAT score. Ye baat aur hai ki they have their own exam as well, which I'll be talking about as well. So they have an exam known as ULSAT, but UPS Dehradun also accepts CLAT score as part of the admission process. Then we have Kirit P. Mehta School of Law, which is the Department of Law at Narsee Monjee University of Mumbai, School of Law, Jagran Lake City University, Bhopal, IFIM Law School, Bangalore, and there are many institutions in the country which accept CLAT score for admissions to their 5-year curriculum. So what is the requirement? Very simple. You need to have 45% marks in your class 12th or equivalent, but does not mean that your target now should be 45%. Obviously, your target should remain what you have already in your mind. So if you are thinking of 95, 96%, better go ahead and focus with that percentage in your board exams. Don't just bring it down कि यार अब तो target बहुत आसान हो गया because the CLAT only requires 45% and anyways no weightage is assigned to the class 12 marks. See, criteria can change anytime, so you should not play around. In fact, so please maintain your focus on your class 12. It's an equally important. It's one of the important exams in your life, basically. Each of the NLUs, there are 22 NLUs I'm talking about. So each of the NLUs have their own reservation policy, bearing one or two, which do not have state quota as of now. For example, if you talk about National Law University, Bangalore, if you talk about National Law University, Jodhpur, these two universities do not have their own state quota, which means every student would be admitted basis all India ranking, even across each of the categories. But rest of the universities have provision for state seats for the students who are domicile of that state, and when they fulfill the criteria, they become eligible. They fulfill the criteria of domicile, they become eligible to avail the benefit. Now, some of the NLUs provide reservation even in the general category for the state students. Some NLUs provide only for certain other category of students who belong to the respective state and who fulfill the criteria of domicile. There are at least 9 NLUs which provide horizontal reservation to the female candidates to the extent of 30%, which means across every category, 30% of the seats will be reserved for female students who are applying to the CLAT and these national law universities. CLAT also has the provision for NRI. The NLUs have the provision for NRI sponsored seats, which mean you can get your education of the 5 years sponsored by an NRI relative of yours. So he can sponsor your education. Obviously, fees ज़्यादा हो जाएंगे. They will be at least 3 to 5 times of what other students would be paying. But yeah, the cutoffs are different, and you can get the benefit. You have an added benefit here because you will not only be considered for the All India seats, but you'll also considered for the NRI sponsored seat if you exercise that option. GNLU in particular has sports quota. 2 male, 2 female sports athletes would be selected every year. GNLU in fact has other reservation benefits as well, and there are certain other NLUs which provide reservations specifically for, they have supernumerary seats for Northeast students, for the JNK residents, JNK migrants. So I think there are a lot of seats available to every category of students out in the CLAT examination. So by virtue of 22 NLUs, other law schools accepting the CLAT score, no doubt this becomes one of the biggest examination. And with the top NLUs being part of this exam, I'm sure this should be your first target exam, no second thoughts about it. So चलो आगे बढ़ते हैं, which is the next exam. Next exam is All India Law Entrance Test, which is AILET, which is only for National Law University Delhi. So it is by and for National Law University Delhi. National University ही अपना exam conduct करता है और उसी के seats के लिए ये exam conduct होता है. NLU Delhi was established in the year 2008, same year when CLAT was starting actually, but NLU Delhi chose not to be part of CLAT for some reasons, and they have continued having a separate examination for themselves. So AILET also started in the year 2008. and it has always been an offline examination except for 2020, and we all know the reasons because of the pandemic. So they went ahead and conducted the exam online, but they are going back to the previous mode, which is offline once again actually. So in future, maybe they might decide to go online once again, but as of now, it is very clear that the 2021 paper, and even otherwise, if you look forward to, unless something changes, they might continue with the offline paper. So there are 110 seats for the BA LLB program being offered by the National Law University, Delhi. Earlier it was 70 seats, but last year they increased the intake basically, and now we have 110 seats. And there are provisions, there are seats for every category. So they follow the reservation policy of the Government of India. And accordingly, we have seats reserved even for EWS category students out here. There are 3 seats, supernumerary seats for the JNK migrant and JNK domicile students actually. Close to 18,000 students appear for the competition. This is one exam which does not have a significant growth year after year in terms of number of people writing the examination. So every year, close to 500 to 1,000 students get added to the list. Somehow people believe that this is a very difficult examination, and the number of seats are quite less. So I think you must look at it this way. If CLAT was not to happen, if CLAT were not to happen, and each of the NLUs were conducting their own examination, just like they were doing till 2007, then you would get almost similar number of seats for each of the colleges. So that is not a logic I would go ahead with actually. Rather, I would say, along with CLAT, you should definitely be writing all India law entrance tests, because you get access to one of the best national law universities, which is NLU Delhi in the country. So NLU Delhi definitely should be on your target list. And forget about everything. If I were to become philosophical a bit, I would say at the end of the day, what you are looking forward to, you are looking forward to just one seat for yourself. So forget whether there are 110 seats or 120 seats or 140 seats. All you need is one seat for yourself in your dream university, and this should be your dream university along with National University, Bangalore, Hyderabad, and others basically. So NLU Delhi, no doubt, has to be in your list. It's one of the best national universities, one of the best law schools in the country. Standard pattern, they have not tampered with their pattern. They have not changed the pattern ever since actually. So they have been following it year after year. Yeah, the difficulty level might have changed over the years. The length might change. For example, if you're looking at the last 3 years, if you look at the legal reasoning questions in particular, they have become quite lengthy actually. So but barring that, no significant changes have been introduced in the paper. So similar to CLAT, you need just 45% in your class 12th. I'm getting a feeling people might be getting really happy hearing this 45% in class 12th. But as I said, your target should remain. You should go ahead and get the best out of your scores when it comes to class 12 board marks. So that's the structure of the National Law University AILET examination. So we have 5 sections here as well. So 150 questions altogether to be done in 90 minutes, and there is a 1/4 negative marking provision as well. Now, earlier, AILET was focusing on class 12 marks for the tiebreaker system. So in case of a tie among the candidates, they would look at the class 12 score of such candidates. But now they are going to follow a policy which is very similar to CLAT. So from 2021, or at least for 2021, AILET will look at the score of legal aptitude section if there is a tie. If there is a further tie, which is a second level of tie, legal aptitude section scores are similar as well, along with the overall score, then they would look at the age, and if that is also, if the people are born on the same day, coincidence can happen, so they would go for a draw of lots basically. So CLAT and IELET will now have the same tiebreaker system, and which they will follow in case of a tie. But remember guys, till 2020, they were looking at your class 12 board exam results. They might shift back to that. And that is the reason I'm saying, ki boss, rules can change anytime. You must not change your plans because a rule has changed. So I'm stressing that class 12 remains important. Okay. Then comes the law school admission test, LSAT India. Okay, so this was introduced in the year 2009, and this is the very same year when Jindal Global Law School started its operation. Now the examination has been taken over by LSAT Global. Earlier, another authority was conducting the exam, the LSAT India. They had the license, but now the LSAT Global, which is the parent organization for LSAT across the world, they have taken over the exam themselves. And for the last 2 years, they are conducting the exam themselves actually. And largely the private law schools in the country accept LSAT India score for admissions to their 5-year or even in some cases 3-year law program basically. LSAT is a test of reasoning and comprehension. LSAT basically is a slightly different examination. So the paper is completely differently structured basically, but it's a test at the end. It's a test of reasoning and comprehension. Close to 8,000 students took LSAT India in the year 2020, and this was conducted as a home proctored examination. So while they continue with the home proctored format even for 2021, but I'm sure in future they will go back to their previous format, going back to the center-based examination. The another good thing about LSAT India examination is if you are the topper of the examination, you get scholarship worth 4 lakh rupees, up to 4 lakh rupees actually. So that's a good thing. No other entrances give you that option. If you're a topper of that particular entrance, you'll get some scholarships of that sort of. But yes, if you are the topper of LSAT India, then you'll definitely have the opportunity to get scholarships up to 4 lakh for your studies basically. So this is an exam conducted by an authority, which is LSAT Global, and each of the participating universities actually decide their own eligibility conditions and cutoffs. So when you apply to LSAT India, you will be also applying to the colleges which are participating to LSAT India, and you will have to see their eligibility conditions, and they will be the one deciding their cutoffs basis the number of applications and the performance of the students who have applied to such law schools. So they will determine their own cutoffs. This is the structure of the LSAT India paper. So you can see you have only reasoning and reading comprehension. So you have one paper, one section of analytical reasoning, and there are 2 sections of logical reasoning. And there is final section on reading comprehension. You get a total of 140 minutes to complete the paper, and you get an absolute score, which is in the range 420 to 480. You also get a percentile rank, which is used for the cutoff predictions and which is used for admissions by the respective law schools. So which are the law schools you can target using LSAT score? Jindal Global Law School, Sonipat, one of the best law schools in the country. No second thoughts about that. So Jindal is the one which primarily started this, for which the LSAT India started in the initial years. But now there are other law schools like KP Mehta Law School, Narsee Monjee University, Mumbai, School of Law, UPS, Dehradun. So you remember these 2 colleges and IFM even accept the CLAT score basically for admission. So for some of the colleges, you get multiple entry points, and these colleges even have their own exam. NMIMS conducts its own exam. They started that in the 2020. So they even in 2021, they'll be conducting their own exam. So for NMIMS, you can write their own exam, own entrance test, or you can appear for CLAT or LSAT India and submit that score. And if you clear the cutoff, you will be eligible for admission. Same goes for UPS Dehradun. They have an ULSAT exam, but there are non-ULSAT modes as well. CLAT, LSAT India, and your board percentage. See how I'm stressing on the board exams, board marks basically. Yes, UPS Dehradun, if you have, they have a criteria based on the board examination as well, and certain number of seats are reserved for such students. So if you apply through your board marks, you'll be also considered for admission. Apart from this, we have IFM Law School, which is participant to the Law LSAT India, School of Law, Jagran Lake City University, Bhopal, Vijay Bhumi School of Law, Alliance School of Law, and there are many more examination out there basically. So many more colleges out there actually which accept LSAT score, but these are the prominent one, and they are also part of the LSAT Global, the alliance basically. So chalo move karte hain, and next big examination is Symbiosis Law Admission Test, SLAT. पहले इसको सेट लॉ बुलाते थे, बट अब उसका नाम उन्होंने चेंज करके स्लैट कर दिया है, सिम्बायोसिस लॉ एडमिशन टेस्ट. इट्स अ कॉमन एंट्रेंस एग्जाम फॉर ऑल दी सिम्बायोसिस लॉ स्कूल्स. It's a common entrance exam for all the Symbiosis law schools. So they have campuses in Pune. In fact, Symbiosis Law School Pune also happens to be one of the earlier law colleges established in the country. Symbiosis Law School Pune started its operation in 1977. In fact, the 5-year program was started quite late, but they have been doing law programs since 1977. In the year 2010, they started their Noida operations. In the year 2014, they started their Hyderabad operations, and now they have also a campus in Nagpur. So there are 4 campuses of Symbiosis Law Schools, and for all these campuses, there is a single written test, which is online, no doubt, which is SLAT, Symbiosis Law Admission Test. This also involves a written ability test, which is an essay writing exercise and personal interview. Symbiosis Law School Pune also has provision for defense quota. 5% of the seats are reserved for both of the defense personnel. And who can be considered for defense quota? If your parents, whether they have retired, they are serving, if they are in the defense services, Army, Air Force, and Navy. Paramilitary is not considered, so Army, Air Force, or Navy, then you can also apply for defense quota. Symbiosis Law School Nagpur also offers Nagpur domicile-based reservation. So 25% of the seats are reserved for students who are from Nagpur and who fulfill the eligibility criteria laid down for the Nagpur domicile. Close to 15,000 students appear for SLAT examination, and it's an online examination. 5 sections: logical reasoning, legal reasoning, analytical reasoning. So you can see a lot of focus goes on reasoning and along with reading comprehension and general awareness. This is the revised format. So the format was completely different till 2019, but because I believe they don't want the students to be exposed to each other for a longer duration at the examination center, I think they have cut down on the time and the number of questions accordingly. And probably they might go back to the previous pattern from the year 2022 when everything becomes normal completely actually. So this is the revised structure which they use for 2020 as well, and they continue with that in 2021. So VAT you have to appear for as well. There is no negative marking, and thus cutoffs in this paper really go on the higher side. People attempt every question. और कौन से एग्जाम हो सकते हैं? So next on the list is Maharashtra Common Entrance Test, which is Maharashtra LLB 5-year CET. This is for the law schools which are located in the state of Maharashtra, but not the private law schools, not the private universities, I would say, but the law schools which are affiliated to the universities in the state of Maharashtra, like Mumbai University, Pune University, Aurangabad University. So all the law schools which are, I would say, which are government aided or government law schools directly, they are participant of the Maharashtra Common Entrance Test for the 5-year LLB program. No doubt, reservation is there for the domicile students of the state of Maharashtra, but you need to also have completed your class 10th and class 12th from the state of Maharashtra if you wish to avail. So it's not just by the virtue of birth, but also you need to understand that you have to have completed your class 10th and class 12th board from a school which is located, or from a board which is located in the state of Maharashtra. Close to 20,000 applications, online examination, and really good schools participating under MHCET, which includes Government Law School, Government Law College, Mumbai. First law college of India, started way back in 1855. One of the finest law colleges, one of the best law colleges in the country. ILS Law School Pune, University of Mumbai Law Academy Mumbai, Praveen Gandhi College of Law again in Mumbai, then we have Rizvi again in Mumbai, Namalwal Firodia Law College is in Pune, and there are many more colleges which are participant, but out here you can see some of the good colleges on your screen for which you can definitely target Maharashtra Common Entrance Test. Very simple paper, again just like other law entrances, focuses on reasoning, current affairs, legal section, English, and basic mathematics. So 150 questions to be attempted in 120 minutes. Because there's no negative marking, we all know the cutoffs go really on the higher side. And almost 85% of the seats are reserved for the students belonging to the state of Maharashtra who fulfill all the necessary conditions. So for rest of the students, there is a provision for just 15% of the seats. So that is also adding to the reason that the cutoffs would go on the higher side, because there are limited intake for the students coming from the other states or union territories. Christ University entrance test, multiple campuses, Bangalore, Delhi NCR, Lavasa, which is nearby Pune. So they have multiple campuses. They offer BLLB honors and BBLLB honors. So you can make a choice which course you wish to apply. By the way, you don't have any particular merits or demerits as far as these two programs are concerned. It is generally recommended that if you have studied humanities or arts in your class 12th, 11th and 12th, and you come from that stream, better prefer BLLB honors. And if you are from science or commerce, it is advised that you go for BBLLB honors, because the course combination will help you, because you can focus on your legal subjects rather than worrying too much about the other subjects which are part of these curricula. But it doesn't have an impact on other aspects like placements and other things basically. So one, if you're interested, despite your different stream, you're interested for a different program, you can always go ahead and check and study that. Christ University conducts an entrance examination, which is now online and known as CUET. If you have cleared CUET, you'll have to undergo a micro presentation, which is about 90 seconds. You'll be given a topic and you'll have to speak on that topic immediately. So it's an extempore basically, and there's a short personal interview involved out there. That's the structure of the paper. No legal aptitude out here. In fact, they have a section called data interpretation. So I'm sure all of you are now familiar. The students who are writing 2021 examination, you are familiar with data interpretation because that you are covering as part of your CLAT preparation. So that is something which you are really familiar with, isn't it? UPS, जैसा कि मैंने बताया था थोड़ी देर पहले, UPS, while they also accept CLAT score, they also accept LSAT India score, or they also admit students basis the board marks. They also conduct their own entrance examination, which is known as ULSAT, UPS Law Studies Aptitude Test. And UPS Dehradun offers multiple programs. So you have BLLB honors, you have BBLLB honors, you have BCom LLB honors as well. And together, these three courses have a combined intake of 480. In fact, UPS Dehradun also offers a LLB program with a combination of BTech Computer Science and Engineering LLB honors, for which they only have 10 seats, and only the students who have studied PCM as part of their class 12th curriculum, who have appeared with PCM as their board subjects, they can apply for this program. So these are the non-ULSAT modes, CLAT, LSAT India, your board marks actually. So you may choose to appear for the UPS ULSAT examination, or you may even write CLAT or LSAT India and submit the score. And once they decide the cutoff, you clear the cutoff, you will be called for the next stage, which is the interview process basically. Very simple paper. So I'm sure by now all of you are getting clarity that most of the almost every law entrance will involve English as a language to be tested, basic elementary maths, legal reasoning, and current affairs. So these are the 5 areas where you're going to be tested across every law examination, every single law entrance in the country. A lot of students, especially from the north side of the country, also target BHU law admission test, which is BLAT, which gives them access to the Banaras Hindu University, one of the oldest universities in our country, one of the most reputed universities in our country, and they offer BBLLB honors through the Faculty of Law at BHU. The minimum intake is 30, is what they have provision for, but the maximum intake cannot go beyond 74. So that also you should remember. 15% of the seats are available as supernumerary seats, which are for the permanent employees of the wards of the permanent employees of Banaras Hindu University. So if your parents are working in Banaras Hindu University, or if they have retired in the preceding year itself, so you can be considered for this particular benefit, which is 15% supernumerary seats. Supernumerary seats का मतलब क्या था? Over and above the Sansak intake, which means कि जो 74 का Sansak intake है, उसमें से ये सीट कट आउट नहीं होंगी, आपके लिए ये अलग से सीट्स रखी हुई हैं basically. So this is over and above 74. Similar to GNLU, even BHU has a provision for sports quota. So there are 2 seats for sports quota, and they are very much clear. You must have played at the national level, whether it is about senior, whether it's about junior, whichever sports you have played, but it has to be at the national level. So they are very particular about that. That's the structure of the paper. So you have current affairs. Much of the paper is actually current affairs and general awareness. Questions on legal aptitude, mental ability, and English, including comprehension. So total of 150 questions to be completed in 120 minutes. For the year 2021, no announcements have been made as far as BHU exam is concerned. Last but not the least, we have Punjab University, again, one of the old universities in the country, one of the reputed universities in the country. They offer, Punjab University, through its campuses at Chandigarh, Ludhiana, and Hoshiarpur, they offer 2 programs, BA LLB and BCom LLB. And for both the programs, there is a common entrance test. So for all the 3 campuses and both the programs, there is a common entrance test, which we call as PU LLB entrance test, basically, Punjab University entrance test. No doubt, students from Punjab are very much aware about this. Punjab, and to a certain extent from students from Haryana, they do write the examination, but it's a good university, especially targeting the University Institute of Legal Studies, Chandigarh. So I would say that would be the main campus or the main law department of the university. So you must definitely target this examination, and especially if you're from the northern part of the country, definitely you should be doing that. But geographical should not be the reason. Geography should not be the reason. I remember a lot of people asking me this question, sir, I stay in South India, I don't want to go to Delhi. But remember, in fact, when NLU Delhi started, a lot of students from South India initially came to that college, even today. So whether you apply or not, there are people who are definitely applying to that and they are utilizing the opportunity. It doesn't make sense. I think the clarity has to be there. If you're looking forward to a good curriculum, if you're looking forward to a good education, because these 5 years will go a long way in shaping your career. That you should not forget. These 5 years, how you spend these 5 years, where you spend these 5 years will have an impact throughout your career, your journey of your career, basically. So you should not make compromises at this stage. That's what I would suggest. So forget about geography. If the college is really good and it is located somewhere else, very distant from your place, still you should go and study over there actually. You can always come back and work in your own place of residence, your city, whatever, wherever you live, but at least for the education purposes, do not compromise as far as geography is concerned. Okay. So that's the structure. You can see a lot of focus has gone into general knowledge and current affairs. There are 60 questions out of 100 in this particular section. There is a short section about aptitude for law, which is legal aptitude, no doubt, reasoning and English language. So a total of 100 questions to be attempted in 90 minutes with a provision for 1/4 negative marking. So these are the most important of the entrances in the country. Beyond that, you can even target Allahabad University. So they have an exam which is known as ALAC. Some of the private law schools are conducting their own entrance examination, like I stated for NMIMS University, Mumbai, a very good university. Though largely NMIS University, people know it for the management programs, but believe me, it has shaped really well even for the law program. Plus, the biggest advantage is the location itself. NMIMS is located in Mumbai, so you are talking about the economic capital of the country. So getting, if you are ambitious, if you are determined, if you are working hard while you are in the college, if you are focused, I think you can always get good opportunities through the college and in terms of internships and placements, and that is what NMIMS has definitely to offer by virtue of its location being in the economic capital of the country. And they have been doing really well as far as the legal curriculum is concerned. So if you have any doubts that is more about management. Please put those doubts at rest. Okay, so coming back, so like NMIMS, UPS conducts its own examination. So there are many private law schools. ALAT we talked about, and if you are from a defense background, means your parents are in defense services, then you also have a college in Mohali, which is Army Institute of Law. Army Institute of Law has a total of 80 seats as part of the intake for the 5-year LLB curriculum, out of which 60 seats are reserved for the wards of defense personnel. Okay, on all India basis, only 4 seats are available to so-called civilians, I would say. So civil category, I would say. So, but that's a wonderful college. So if you happen to be coming from defense background, your parents are in the defense services, you can exercise that option as well. So I believe this covers all the important law entrances after class 12th. Each one of you attending the session today and those who will be watching this video at a later stage who could not attend for some reason today, I'm sure you have got the clarity which are the important examinations I can target, and believe me, this examinations together will give you access to no less than at least 60-70 colleges and at least 30-40 good colleges actually. So itna target karo, that would be good on your part actually, and most of the entrances are almost very much identical, very similar, only the structure changes. So by writing the mocks, you can always adapt, you can create a strategy for each of the papers. Let's look at the timeline. The timeline is from 2021 perspective, but मैं आपको साथ-साथ में बताता जाऊंगा कि कब-कब ये एग्जाम्स जनरली होते हैं in normal circumstances, in not today's or 2020 circumstances, but normally exams कब होते हैं. So CLAT generally is conducted on second Sunday of May. Second Sunday of May. So जो भी second Sunday होगा May के month का in a particular year, on that day CLAT is conducted. But because this year most of the board examinations are happening in the month of May, they are doing the examination on 13th of June. So the application process for 2021 has already started, and March 31 is when the application closes. And this is the date for every year. So every year application starts normally around January 1st and closes on March 31st. That's the website consortiumofnlus.ac.in, where you can go and apply for CLAT paper. NLU Delhi AILT examination, generally the forms comes out in the month of January, but this year the application started in the month of February. The last date to apply is May 20, and the exam will be conducted on June 20, 2021. Now, this exam is usually conducted on first Sunday of May. Okay. LSAT India, the application has already started. For the students who wish to appear for LSAT India attempt March, which is on 25th of March, you must complete your application and submit your application by March 14th. If you're planning to appear for the June attempt, which starts on 14th of June, then you can submit your application till 4th of June. Discoverlaw.in is the website where you can complete your formalities. SLAT for Symbiosis Law Schools, generally the application starts in the month of February and it closes around month of April basically. But this year, because they are conducting the examination on June 27, the application closes on June 4th, 2021. And that's the website where you can register for the SLAT examination. Maharashtra LLB CET usually is the first law entrance. It generally happens on the third Sunday of April or third week of April, but this year they have not announced the timelines yet. When the exam will be conducted, when the application process will start, that has been not announced yet. But that's the URL where you can keep your checking about that, and you can keep yourself updated. Christ University entrance test, generally the application process starts on December 8th. 8 दिसंबर को हर साल ये अपना एप्लीकेशन प्रोसेस स्टार्ट कर देते हैं. और पिछले 2 सालों से मतलब 2020 और 2021 मल्टीपल एग्जाम्स आर बीइंग कंडक्टेड, मल्टीपल एंट्रेंस पॉइंट्स आर देयर, बट जनरली एग्जाम्स का जो प्रोसेस होता था वो अप्रैल फर्स्ट वीक में एप्लीकेशन क्लोज हो जाता था, और Christ University would generally happen around last week of April actually, but this time you have 3 different attempts basically. So March attempt है जो already close हो चुका है, then you can apply for April attempt or June attempt basically. ChristUniversity.in is the website. ULSAT, which is for UPS Dehradun, if you are planning to write it separately instead of submitting your CLAT or LSAT India score, the application has started, and the June 10th is the last date to apply, and the examination will be conducted across multiple days. So you will have a slot to appear for between June 15th to June 20th. upes.ac.in is the URL. PLAT, the exam not been announced. Same about PU LLB. The examinations for 2021 have not been announced, so we expect very soon the notifications will come out. And now, given that the board examinations are happening in the month of May and early week of June, I think these examinations should be happening somewhere on June or July first week. So that's the URL for these two actually. So I hope this session really helped you. I was able to give you a very comprehensive information about the entrances, about the timelines, about the colleges. If you still have any particular query, you can always visit our website, which is a dedicated platform for any law aspirant and known as lawentrance.com, one of the most loved website for the law by the law aspirants actually in the country. So please visit lawentrance.com on a regular basis if you're looking for updates about the different examinations and wish to know more in detail about any particular examination or college actually. So that would be all for the day today. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful year ahead. And all the students writing the board examinations in next few months time, next few months time, best wishes from the CL family. You must do well in your examination and you must come out with flying colors with all your entrances as well. Thank you so much. Signing off, Amitesh Kumar.